Hey, I'm here on a beautiful spring day in Plovdiv. Look at the mountains in the background. Oh, it's so beautiful. It feels so good to have the sun on my face, and just wanted to share with you a story. Again, just bringing some breadth and depth to what you hear in the news, and giving you some stories from inside the situation as I see it and I'm experiencing it. So we talked with a friend of ours who is a Christian leader last week, and he just called to say hi, and I think feel some support and love from us as he's kind of navigating a really difficult part of his life. He just said, he said, I was on the tram the other day, and two guys started fighting. One guy said, I love Russia, but I can't believe we're doing this. I don't agree with what we're doing in Ukraine. And the other guy was a total patriot and started, justifying it and all that. And so they started kind of escalating the fight. And so my friend got involved and took the one guy aside and was like, the guy against the war, and said, hey man, he's not going to understand. It's not worth it. It's not worth this fight. He's not going to come to your side. Kind of trying to calm him down and help him see that that fighting people in public especially is not going to benefit anything. He said he's almost gotten in 2 fights himself, which is interesting. Because, when people talk about it, it's a sore subject and it's very painful. So, and this friend of ours, he just said, I have friends in Ukraine. I have people that I love and cherish there. And he actually, the only time he really started kind of being emotional and starting to cry when we were talking to him was when he started talking about what's happening in Ukraine. He said, people are in basements, they're being bombed, they're starving, they're being killed, innocent people, and I can't stand what is happening. And, again, I think you need to know that there's people in the country, brothers and sisters, who think like that and believe that. He did say that when he does talk to people who have believed the propaganda, who totally have bought into what the news is saying in Russia, he said it's like talking to zombies. That's the word he used, zombies. And I don't want to offend anybody here with that word. And if anybody's listening to me who does believe the news in Russia, it's not my intent. It's just an impression, because it's as if you lose the ability to see another person as a human being. Like you take this brush and you paint in this thick, black brush enemy, other. We have the right to kill and to come into this country and to murder people because they are the other. And this is what we all have to fight right now. This idea, this dehumanization of other people. And we even have to fight it the other way, And I am not defending Russians at the expense of Ukrainians. That is not what I am doing. I'm talking about the humanity of all people, the dignity of all people. I'm talking about the very words of Christ and the instruction he gave us. He said, love your enemy, pray for those who persecute you. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. This is the words of Jesus. This is not my idea. I would never come up with that, But Martin Luther King Jr. said, you cannot drive out darkness with more darkness. We cannot overcome evil with evil. We cannot defeat hatred with more hatred. We have to really focus on truth right now and guard our own hearts. I was listening to one of my favorite Orthodox priests. He's a priest in Scotland, and he was just talking about the end of the world and how is the end of the world going to come about. And he said something very interesting. He said, the end of the world is going to come about because of my sin. The end of the world is going to come about because of your sin. It's that simple and that deadly, because it's always about someone else. But we can't do that. We have to choose to deal with this, our own hearts. And if there is hatred there of any kind for anyone else, if there is the ability to make anyone into the enemy, the other, and dehumanize them at any point, we have to deal with that no matter what they've done. And I just want to say that I've been thinking a lot about two characters from World War II that we know of, that were in Germany at the time that the Nazi regime came about. And you know these characters most likely, Dietrich Bonhoeffer and Oskar Schindler. And you know what? As I pray every day, I get on my knees and I pray for Ukraine and Russia every day. And as I'm doing that, I pray, oh God, raise up men and women, boys and girls like those two. They approached the problem very differently. Their actions were very different. One man stood out and he went to prison and he was martyred. Another man, he was up in the upper echelon and he hid Jews in the way that he knew how. But both of them fought for truth and justice in their own way. And in Russia today, there are many Schindlers and many Bonhoeffers. I believe it with all my heart. And we can pray for them because we will overcome. Human beings will overcome this evil. And it will be with the light and with truth and with love. It will be through the methods and the truth of what Jesus taught us. That is the only way. And so join me dealing with your own heart, praying for all, and never forgetting that each person is a human being that we can pray for and love. That is the solution for war. Thank you.